our honorable mentions list is now Dishonored 2, Far Cry Primal, I Am Setsuna, Inside, Ratchet
Sorry,
and Clank,
Dishonored 2, I failed you.
Super Hot, Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE, Watch Dogs 2, XCOM 2, and Forza Horizon 3.
Hashtag FE, please.
Hashtag XCOM 2. Can't believe we killed that guy.
All right, so those are all honorable mentions from the year. Here we go with our
The amount of
10
games that made it that I don't like is awesome.
I don't think awesome is the word.
Oh,
you
too?
Yeah, oh, you too. That's so funny.
All right, so we this is our 10 we're gonna rank, but I am curious, since Kyle and Jeff just poo-pooed our list. What would you what specifically on our list do you not? Dark Souls, Deus Ex, Doom, Final Fantasy, Gear. So hang on, let me guess for Jeff. Let me guess. Here we go. Dark Souls, Deus Ex,
right?
Final Fantasy,
yeah,
Gears.
Well, then you just like bad games.
No,
that's
the rest
it.
are good. You're good. You got it. Oh,
So it's those four.
Yeah.
Kyle, is it the same 4 minus Deus Ex? Is it these 3? Dark Souls.
It's definitely Gears, Doom, and Dark Souls. Dark Souls being at the top of those 3.
Gotcha.
So it sounds like Dark Souls 3 has to be 10 on our list.
I think we can already do that. I think that's fair.
Because I'm the only one that loves it.
I would fight harder for that than Gears. That's
Wait, hang on. Before we press on, does anyone have like my favorite game from 2016 didn't make this list? I didn't even ask that. Does anyone have that? Like your top?
Oh no, my favorite
it's like
one
in my top 3.
made it.
Yeah.
But is it your?
Yeah, not number 1. No.
Okay. I don't. That's one thing where I'm like, all right, as long as everyone
number
at least
ones
has
I feel like they have to make.
Yeah, my number 1 game I played 5 times and it made the list. I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, it is good.
I beat it 5 times. I mean, it's crazy.
It's a good game.
And so Derek, you're number 1. Dark Souls 3 got in, and Dan, your number 1 got in. You're good. Everyone's good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, my number 1 was actually Quadrilateral Cowboy.
Shut up.
Oh, shut up.
It's like the people that gave the tryhard trackers that gave what was the game that was like, okay, you're clearly trying hard. It wasn't Vampire Survivors. It was like something else.
I don't know, but I already forgot some of the.
Yes,
words.
it was like something like Stray, where it's like, come on, man, it's not the game of the year.
Some of the words that people used, I was like, man, this vocabulary that people use to try to sound smart is so annoying. Okay, so stuff that to me sounded like it might not be in the top half. So this is me pulling up some games I think are on the bottom half, although I don't know where quite yet. So I'm moving up Quantum Break, Gears of War 4,
right,
Mafia 3.
Move Mafia back down.
It's not in the bottom half.
I don't think it is, but I mean,
I feel very strongly about that game, but I understand we're gonna have to make some cuts, you know. So.
I don't know, man.
Okay,
I was sorry. That was just an impulse thing to say.
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
good. That's good. So I think Quantum Break and Gears are likely in the bottom half. I think
Doom might be in the bottom
half. Could be Doom in the bottom half. Yeah. And it could be.
It might be Titanfall 2. Actually.
Titanfall 2 in the bottom half, maybe.
I don't know about that, dude.
You know?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Kyle's got 10 games in the top half of his top.
I do, yeah. I'm learning. Maybe I actually do like this list. I don't know.
I could be wrong. Derek, what do you think about that? Like, are these kind of rounding out the bottom half somehow of this? Like, I've got Doom at number 2. It's my second, but I'm okay with it not being loved by everybody. That's fine.
I feel like you won't catch me saying a lot of bad things about Doom. So if that makes it in the top 5, like
is it more of a vibe thing? Like it's not my vibe type of game or whatever?
I don't know. I don't like because that game is so locomotion. It's all about like going fast, and suddenly it's like you hit a wall. Where's the blue key? And I'm like, I don't want to look for that. I just want to keep going and fighting stuff. Like I don't want to
look for that.
I don't want the game to ever stop and go.
Funny.
You don't have that thing.
That's so funny because that's like a staple of Doom. That's so
I know. That's why I've always hated Doom. I've never been a huge fan of Doom at all.
Well,
so,
you know,
not hated. Hated's not the right word. Like that's not the right word.
To be fair though, like people have the same feelings when they play a Metroid game, and I love that. I'm like, ooh, I have to go.
For
I vibe more with
Hassan bashes Resident Evil because of all the locked doors. He's all we do locked door simulator.
It's not open door.
Another series where you hit locked doors, but like again, Doom's all about locomotion. It's all about
it is. You're right, and you're stopping that locomotion.
And then all of a sudden, it's like it feels like the brakes get hit on, and I hate that. It kills.
I think, like I agree with Kyle, but mine's different. It isn't I'm mad that I don't have the key. It's more I get lost in worlds that look the exact same. So me trying to find like a key, I'll just keep going through the same rooms, not realizing that I'm not exploring the full map because I'm confused.
You're just making circles and don't realize it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do that all the time.
That's fair too.
But to answer your question, the only game, like, look, I really do like Gears of War 4, but I'm gonna be honest. What is this? 7 years later, I don't really care. Like, if it drops real low, I would actually fight more for Titanfall 2.
I'm about to.
Oh, nice.
I'm about to throw this
because of the single player and the multiplayer. Like
Awesome.
it stuck out as both
I mean, I'm
sides
with
of that
you.
game.
I suggested that it would be in the bottom 5 purely because I thought I'd be the only one that felt that way. But yeah,
Okay.
I do love this game, and I'm with Derek.
Oh, I know Kyle loves it too. So maybe Titanfall 2 is
maybe it will be in the
for a
top 5 somewhere. Yeah,
mid to the top spot. Dan, talk to me about Gears of War 4 and where you think this should end up landing. Because I also love it, but to be fair, if I'm looking at my rankings, I have it in the bottom half of my rankings, even though I did love it a lot.
So I'm gonna throw this out at you guys.
Yeah,
I would put Gears of War 4 above 15.
Final Fantasy 15.
Oh,
that is
wow.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
I don't think he's joking, and it's.
I'm not joking. I'm
and
not.
You know what?
At all.
You know what? Good for you, man.
Because here's the thing. Again, it's just.
I would actually, if you were to put both games in front of me right now, I'd play Gears over Final Fantasy 15.
Well,
like, I honestly would.
Because here's the thing, and I've obviously brought this up before. Like, just like with 13, there are things about it that I do like. So I'm not just like, oh, fuck that game. But like again, just the build up in years and years, and then it transitioning from versus 13 to 15, and then the story being what it ended up for me is just like, it was just so disheartening. It was just really disheartening.
I get it.
But.
Well,
I couldn't tell you the story, but I liked it.
Has to be moved up.
Excuse me.
Gears has to be moved up, as I said.
I mean, if he feels that strongly, and I like it, and you like it, Tim, and I guess, well, Jeff and Kyle feel strongly.
Well, Kyle liked it too, right?
All right, let's talk about Quantum Break.
No, Kyle doesn't like Gears.
No, Kyle's not.
No, I meant 15. Sorry, I was talking about 15.
Oh, Kyle does.
No, I love Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, I've got that at number 5 personally. I love 15 too. Let's talk about Quantum Break real quick because I want to kind of nail down a couple of the lower.
Like that could be lower. It sounded like just from pre-talk.
Oh, what, Quantum Break?
Yeah.
It did kind of get lost in the discourse, but that could probably speak to why it should be number 9 or 8.
Yeah, and I wouldn't fight too hard about that.
Right, so maybe this one goes in one of these bottom 2 or 3 slots right here. Okay.
Yeah.
The other ones it's gonna be a little more tricky, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it at 9 for now.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Would Hitman probably be a bottom 5 then, or just based on everybody's feelings for the other ones, or
it could be as far as the group goes. It's number 3 for me, but I could see it being like a 7 or 8 spot.
It's like 10 for me. So,
what'd you say, Kyle?
I said it's up there pretty high for me. I really like that game, but again, if it's just Tim and I, and Jeff kind of likes it, like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot, but
it might be landing on one of these 2 spots. Anything else kind of in that same category?
Higher, lower 5.
So I've got Mafia 3 right down there, right beside Gears of War 4.
That's like Mafia 3. I have like at 5 because I haven't beaten it yet. So the highest I could put it was like, hold on, crap, I don't know where my list is now. I'm pulling a Tim right here.
Your spreadsheets.
Where the hell is it? Why did I remove my list from the screen that I had open?
So Derek, while just finding that, what do you think? What are your thoughts on Mafia 3? Like, is this like, hey, this needs to be top 5?
I have it at 4.
Oh, it's top 5 for me.
Is it? Okay. All right.
What was it on our 2016 list? Because I was the one that really liked
bottom
it.
5.
I don't know if did we rank it?
But I think in my personal list,
we didn't even have it. We didn't have it ranked.
Oh,
that's bullshit. I had it in my top 10.
It did not make our top 10.
You got overruled. It sounds like you got Dishonored 2'd basically.
I actually cannot remember if I had played it by the time we ranked that year or not. I might have.
I don't think you did. I think you started it. I don't.
It sounds fresh in your mind. You might have played it after. I don't know.
Might have. Yeah. I love Mafia 3 though.
But that's that's like a top 5. Even though I haven't even beaten it yet, like the story and the mechanics and how they feed into each other, which I can expand on when I need to. But like, I don't know, that one to me it's just top 5 material, man. It's just so good. All
right, I'm going to throw Hitman at number 8 for now, just so no one thinks we're talking about bottom of the list anymore. Now we're kind of in this middle section of the list. I think that's where we're going to start talking about, tell me if I'm crazy, Doom, Titanfall 2, Gears of War 4.
All these first-person shooters. I think Doom should be next. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Is it safe to say
Doom should either be 8 or 7?
Is that the vibe I'm getting for everybody else? Like, I mean, I like it a lot, but
you grunted. How do you feel about that game?
I didn't. Well, so I didn't play that first like Hitman game. I did the second one. I didn't play the episodic one, so I don't have anything to say about Hitman.
What about
Doom though? What about
I did like Doom. I thought it was fun. I thought it was really fun.
But like, how high? If you were to make a personal list, how high would it be?
I mean, I've played a Hitman game before, so I would put Hitman above Doom for me personally.
Oh, then it would fall in that 7 spot,
then, right? In Hitman 7.
So that puts Doom at number 8. It sounds.
Because I'm cool with that. Hitman is so fleshed out, like, and there's so much crap you can do and get away with.
I like what's going on in the Hitman games. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's just. Yeah, I'm not batting an eye at this. This is,
Okay, so Hitman and Doom sitting at 7 and 8, Quantum Break's at 9, Dark Souls at 10.
We got to split up the shooters somehow. That's good.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah.
There's still 3 more.
Space them out.
Is there any... I think, Jeff, you're having some technical difficulty with Deus Ex and maybe not also enjoying it either. But is that only... Yeah. Does everyone else pretty positive on Deus Ex? Or
I feel like it's going to be a top 5 game.
That's my number 1. That's like top 3, for me. I think if I had to re-rank these, it would be Dark Souls 3, Final Fantasy, and then Deus Ex.
It's definitely not that I like Cyberpunk.
Wait, did you just say you would do Final Fantasy and Deus Ex above Uncharted 4? Yeah, for that year.
Yeah, Uncharted 4 was never high up. I'm the one that doesn't really like Uncharted 4.
Okay, got it. So I've got Deus Ex at number 4. It actually, on re-ranking, I moved it up above Final Fantasy and Watch Dogs 2 and Last Guardian. Like, to me, Deus Ex kind of hopped those games. It was just more memorable, and I loved it.
Good vibes.
All right.
To me, it sounds like
I still have it behind my favorites, like Uncharted 4, Doom, and Hitman, but it's up there. Like it's.
I feel like Final Fantasy 15 and Mafia 3 would be 5 and 6 somewhere.
I think that might be right, based on the love-hate for both of them. Not hate, but like love and disinterest, maybe.
Yeah,
those two.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know Kyle loves it.
And Dan just said Gears would be preferred over 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mafia 3, I unfortunately never played. Deus Ex, that's a whole series. I need to play that series. That's a blind spot for me completely.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like, based on what Kyle said in chat, you can get away with playing the Human Revolution Director's Cut and then going into Mankind Divided.
Yeah, you just need the 2.
Okay.
That's
two most modern games.
Cool. Gotcha.
Those are the only 2 I played.
I have Human Revolution downloaded.
Because they are direct. Those 2 are
to be honest, Human Revolution has a much better story because 2 ends on a cliffhanger. So, you know.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Derek, Gears of War 4, Final Fantasy 15. Where do you land on those 2?
Final Fantasy 15 is the higher rated one for me.
By a lot?
Well, it's my second favorite. I would drop Gears 4 probably out of my top 5.
So maybe Gears 4 belongs somewhere up here.
6,
in the 5 or 6 range. Because I think Derek and I kind of have it in the lower half of our top 10. I know Dan loves it, which is awesome. And Kyle's met on it. Jeff,
I'm a little meh. I play it and have fun with them, but then I forget about them like immediately.
Maybe that goes right around Hitman. I actually might move Hitman above it if I had a vote.
I'm not offended by that.
I would
not bat an eye at that either. Yeah.
I think I might put Hitman above Gears 4. Is anyone upset about that right there?
Well, Daniel and I are.
I would be. I mean, honestly, I would be fine with that. Again, I love the intricacies of that series.
You are really upset right now.
I am insane with anger.
He doesn't sound deceiving.
I think because you own 2, you own all of it now, Dan. If you ever go back to play 1, it's very good. I just I played it for the first time.
Kyle just did it for free. Yeah, he just did it this year.
It was very, very good. Yeah, I was blown away by it.
Okay.
And what's cool with the World of Assassination stuff, now the first 2 games, which they looked great for the time, but they've been completely remodeled and modernized to what Hitman 3 looks like. It's awesome.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, so where does that land us with Mafia 3? So I'm going to leave Deus Ex, Titanfall 2. Those are the ones, and along with Final Fantasy, Uncharted 4. I feel like those have been kind of gushed about and are pretty high. Maybe Mafia 3 goes at 5. Like, to me, that's pretty high for that game, but I think it's deserving. It's really fun. I think higher than 5 is starting to sound a little crazy.
That's fine with me.
It's not crazy to me, but if it's crazy to everybody else, that's fine.
It's not crazy to me either,
putting Mafia 3 above Uncharted and Final Fantasy and Titanfall and Deus Ex is okay with you?
Uncharted?
No.
Get out of here, bro. No. But Mafia 3 above the other games.
Wow.
Would you put Mafia 3
probably above Final Fantasy 15 for me too?
And above Titanfall 2?
I don't know.
Above Deus Ex?
No, Deus Ex my number 1.
All right, so it's not that crazy to say 5. You put it at 4. Get out of
here.
No,
I said it's
No, I put it at 3. I just
Oh, you would? You put it above Final Fantasy?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
But I would definitely put my vigorous nodding was towards Final Fantasy 15. That's,
my vigorous nodding.
Yes, because I feel like Mafia 3 is so much better than that game.
Yeah, I mean, I like it better than, but that's kind of my game genre. I like those open world, like checkboxy games or whatever.
I mean, Final Fantasy 15
is a narrative mess. It's just a narrative mess. I love that game so much, but it's a narrative mess.
Yeah. Yep.
Dan, I know you didn't play Mafia 3 yet, so it's kind of hard for you to make that judgment call.
Right.
So you're probably indifferent on which one goes above which on those two, or do you feel like
between 15 and Mafia?
Yeah, 15 and Mafia.
I think I would still choose 15. I think I would still choose.
Same here. Final Fantasy 15 is better.
It is not. It is absolutely not. It is the most repetitive gameplay I've ever experienced in a Final Fantasy. And that's my second Final Fantasy experience.
You weren't switching it up enough.
So ever.
Really
That's so good.
You got comfortable in what you were doing and then switch it up.
I do love the context you added at the end there.
I know, right?
Exactly 2 Final Fantasies, and this is the most repetitive.
I went from 7 remake, and I was like, that was amazing. I want to play more Final Fantasy. And then I played 15, and I played it for like, oh my god, I played it for so many hours.
Fair though, this stuff.
This is not nearly as interesting as the gameplay in 7.
To unlock in 15 though, like more weapons, different styles.
Oh,
like,
it's a very intricate video game. That doesn't mean it doesn't have weaknesses, but it's a big game. That is really funny to me though that you like listen. It's by far the worst Final Fantasy game I've ever played.
Out of the 2 I've played,
by a lot.
Trust me. Well, I've played Crisis Core 2 a little bit, but that doesn't really count.
So, but I've now heard 2 different people say Uncharted 4 maybe isn't as high on the list.
Number 2.
It's your number 2 game?
Yeah, it's my number 1.
Yep.
Oh,
my number 2.
Yeah,
that would really low for
me.
Oh, what happened? What just happened? Was
that? I don't know. The call just like reset or something. I think it's Skype.
Oh, is it recording still?
It says it is on my end. Yeah.
Okay. I've been having like network issues the whole time, but I just assumed it was me.
Network connectivity.
Your picture is kind of freezing, but your audio is coming clear this entire time. Thank
you. I haven't been seeing Tim moving anything. I just hear him talking about moving stuff.
Oh, you don't hear? You see my mouse moving right now?
Now, after it just did that weird like
blink, refresh,
refresh. Now I can see everybody moving.
Was it moving for the rest of you guys? By the way,
it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was me.
Okay, so Titanfall 2 might be at number 5 then. Because I have so far heard.
Yeah.
X needs to be in the top 2. Final Fantasy needs to be in the top 2. Uncharted needs to be in the top 2, and Mafia needs to be in the top 2. So we got to have a number 5 out of these. I feel like Titanfall is the one that hasn't been championed as being at the top of the top.
It's a great game, but I'm okay. I think middle area is a great spot for that
if
game.
It went to number 5.
Yeah.
I actually have Titanfall 2 ranked above Mafia 3, and I have a feeling it's because I haven't beaten Mafia 3 yet.
Okay, yeah, you're gonna love the finale of that.
Oh my
game.
Gosh, I just know I am. Just
you're gonna love
the amount that it builds up its missions and like taking down.
The choices really matter because like
stuff.
You can't bring everyone. You can't bring everyone with you to the end.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Like once they introduce the whole wiretapping aspect and how getting more information on local whatever bosses can allow you to recruit them. I was like, cool, I'm gonna do that the entire game then. Like that's gonna be it's like I'm gonna spend so many more hours playing this game because I want to recruit everybody and get more money. Mm-hmm. That mechanic is just so freaking cool, man. I'd never seen that in any game. I just thought that was so rad.
So we've got 4 that we're still trying to find spots for: Deus Ex, Final Fantasy, Uncharted, and Mafia. Dan, I'm curious what you're thinking based on what you're hearing everyone say, but also what you think about some of the orders here.
I think the quality of Deus Ex is obviously something to be acknowledged, so that should be it for me personally. I think it would have to go above 15. Okay. Like I know people really enjoyed those 2 games. And overall,
I believe that was
like
the same year. That's crazy.
Yeah. Uncharted for me would be number 1. So
nice. You would have something like
how many people would put Uncharted at number 1?
I wouldn't fight it. I feel like that's obviously.
Yeah, I think it's far and away the best game of 2016.
Yeah,
with all those
sounds
games
like three
listed
people think it's
there-
number one. I'm not mad that it'd be number one, and only you would be mad that it would be.
Yeah, I'm the only one that would be mad. Like,
I think
of all those
I think
games,
we gotta
I
at least
think
talk
number one
about
makes
it.
total sense for
We're all
probably
just
one of the
mentioning
most.
Uncharted 4
yeah.
as kind of like a side like conversation, but like Uncharted 4 it checks all the boxes for me personally that I want in a excellent video game. It's got an
for a
amazing
rock
story.
climbing
It
simulator?
is a
Yeah.
No,
it is a
that's
beautiful.
That's a triple A action experience.
It's
That's
got
100%.
great action.
That's a
That's nice.
fact. That's not even an opinion.
It's got great action. It's got the gameplay is fine tuned from the previous games, which were all Game of the Year
Oh my
winners in their
gosh,
own
yeah.
right. And it
Technical
also
showpieces.
adds some really cool stealth elements. It improves some of the stealth elements and this new grapple hook feature. And it has what I think was a fantastic story. Like that was a tough battle to be like, hey, let's introduce a character from his life that wasn't in the first three games. How do we do this? And I just think
so. Like all the stuff you guys like, which again, that's fine. I'm not contesting objectively whether this is a great game. I fully expected it to actually be number one. But for me, like, not only did I not find the rock climbing, which they did way too much interesting, I also didn't like the story. I didn't like that they brought Tommy in out of nowhere, and I thought he was just an annoying character.
See, subjective, completely subjective. So that's all right.
So it doesn't matter.
It does I'm allowed to say, like, the story totally explains everything surrounding his brother to such a satisfying degree, and you're just like,
okay,
he's annoying.
You really like the game, that's fine. I said objectively, that's fine. I'm saying my opinion, which of course would be subjective, which is what I just said. I'm saying that I don't like Tom in the story or whatever. I thought he was an annoying character.
Yeah.
And I don't like any. I just didn't like I replayed the game, so I played it twice, and then I restarted on PC. So I played it enough to know it's just not something.
Sam, yeah.
I really cared for. Of all the Uncharted games, it's the worst for me. Like I like the first three more.
Comical. All right.
You know what? That's interesting. I actually want to go back and think through those. I wonder which one how I'd rank those. I haven't thought about ranking just the Uncharted games. I mean, the main four.
Well, so I think 4 kind of ruined the rest for me because I played 4 first and then I played the collection completely.
So that's why it's not comical. I literally played them in order.
Personally, so
first
you like what?
3 is my favorite.
3.
Okay.
So the thing that I like the most about 4 is how completely grounded the story is and how there's no stupid magic stuff at the end. Like that's my favorite aspect of it, especially because they're playing on. Now that I've played all 3 and played Uncharted 4 multiple times after that, I feel like they're definitely playing on the audience expectations in the story to be like, oh, no, there's no magic here. It's just about obsession.
Like, well, it wasn't even magic, right? You think it's magic, but it's actually like
you know what I mean,
like
though?
a ground. But there's like a ground
zombified stuff from like the first. Is it the first one or second one? There's like
very Indiana Jonesy where there's
there's like a lot of like, oh, this thing here revives people, or this thing here makes you immortal, or whatever.
It's like Tomb Raider. It's like Tomb Raider.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas the fourth one was like, no, we're gonna make it feel like the characters are chasing that. But then when you get there, you're gonna realize, oh, that's it's about people just betraying each other over gold at the end of the day.
You know what? There actually was magic in that game. It somehow split the audience that used to love all their previous games.
I freaking know. And okay,
that was the magic.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone could watch.
Half the group feels the same way as Derek, and I'm like,
see, and I have big feelings about it. So when I originally played, because I played them all in order. So 1 was like I knew it was nostalgia, but I absolutely loved 1. I just thought it was great.
It was another PS3 technical showpiece,
Yeah.
2 was really good, and then I didn't actually really like 3 at all. And then when I went back and replayed them, 3 jumped up to like my second favorite. It's like
a lot of
really good.
I would go like 4/.
That's why I replay games.
4/Lost Legacy is like. That's like to me pinnacle. Uncharted just don't do anymore after that.
I think 2 is the next best after that.
And 2 is my second favorite for sure. And then I would go
like 4 having its like fair share of people because you were saying like you were joking like it split the audience. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would still crown 2 the best. Not me or a lot of people here. It sounds like, but
yeah, it's up there. It's good.
Yeah, it's up there for a lot of people.
These are all great,
dude. Oh my god, yeah. What a legacy.
These are all great.
Yeah, it's a great series. Yeah.
Like I do feel like. If I could kind of step back looking at this list again, I feel like Mafia 3's got to land at number 4.
Sounds like
yeah, I'm surprised it's
Final Fantasy 15 at number 3, and now we just have to decide between Deus Ex and Uncharted at the top. But am I off? Is Final Fantasy 13 fighting for the top spot?
15.
15, sorry.
How dare you?
Fighting for what spot?
No, I'm the only one that would put 15 at the top spot of the four
ones
games
that are left. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Mafia 3 at the 4th spot, which is awesome.
Awesome.
Which is, by the way, just spitting in the face of the critics out there. They just horribly reviewed.
Hated this game. Oh my god. Yeah.
I will say I've been having some minor technical problems with the definitive edition. Apparently, every time you finish a mission and it tells you your stats, the camera just gets frozen there, and you have to back out and reload the checkpoint every single time.
5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 game.
It's the most. It's
terrible.
The only terrible thing about it at this point, and then some lighting issues too. But that happens with almost every open world game I experience.
I think your PC's broke.
No, I actually switched from PC because the PC port was really broken. So I switched to PS4 5. The PS4 version of it, I guess. But yeah, it works better on console. That's for sure.
Okay. So then at number 3, if I were to put Final Fantasy 15 there, does that feel unfair? I'm truly not trying to push these rankings. I'm trying to find out do I have the right vibe of our conversation here. Sounds to me like Final Fantasy 15's at 3, and then it sounds like a contested 1 versus 2, Uncharted versus Deus Ex, but it also sounds like it's like 3-2 or 4-1. I don't know, something like that. No, 3-2.
Yeah, if it's between Deus Ex and Uncharted 4, I think I'm the only one that.
No, I think Kyle has it as number 1.
No, I have it as number 1.
Okay.
So, but I think it's just 2 of us though. So like.
All right.
I think it lands like that.
My hands are already up, guys. You know.
Oh. This was actually the last year. No, that's not true. 2017, my top game won. I was gonna say it's my last year. My top game won. That's not true.
What the hell was 2017? What was
Zelda.
your favorite game that year? Oh, Zelda. Oh, duh. Okay. Of course.
Yeah.
If any other game won, would you guys have just stopped podcasting?
There were other good games that year. Mario Odyssey.
I know it was a great year, but also Breath of the Wild was just head and shoulders above so many other games for so many people. So
yeah, for me it was
head, shoulders, knees, and
Thanks, Dan.
I think a lot of people picked Persona 5 in 2017.
You did. Yep.
Horizon
got a lot of attention. Yep.
Horizon would definitely be.
Oh my God, was that the same year? Holy
same year.
God damn.
Yeah, I remember because Horizon got overshadowed completely.
No, I meant like Zelda. Those 3 games,
Yeah,
Zelda, Persona. That's a crazy.
Yeah.
Zelda, Persona, Horizon, Mario Odyssey.
Oh my God, and Mario Odyssey. Holy shit.
I guess
that was the same year.
And Xenoblade Chronicles 2 hit at the end of that year.
Uncharted Lost Legacy was that year too, and that was definitely my favorite. Even though it was a small experience, I still was my favorite.
It's a very small experience. It was very big.
Oh yeah, it felt huge.
When we do this again for the following 2, this was easy, guys. This was easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say
2017 and 2018 are going to be brutal.
2 hours of just taking.
Especially because I have no Breath of the Wild experience. Maybe I will after Tears of the Kingdom comes out, and maybe hopefully I love that game. Maybe I'll want to circle back, but when we come back to 2017, man, I want to have some time with Breath of the Wild.
Dude, the other thing is both those years had games that I didn't play by the time we ranked games that I have since played that now I'm like, great, now I don't know which one to pick because it was obvious then. It's much less obvious now. It really is.
Too much.
Well, I know Persona 5 would be much, much higher for me now. Whereas I think in 2017, I agreed that I liked it, but
I was on the podcast and I was the only. I don't even know if it ended up making. Did it make top 10 that year?
I think it did.
Was that a Mercy Kyle choice? Or
no, it had to have made it. I'll look it up.
Because I remember nobody really cared.
Well, I had put 20-something hours, so I know I was with you on it, but I wasn't with you getting it to the top or anything.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense.
I'm actually, and now I gotta look to see.
Curiosity. Yeah.
I have to know.
I do love. Yeah, I love Persona 5 actually. That was my first time.
Persona 5 was.
That was my first time playing a game like that because up until then I was still
Persona 5 did
maintaining that anti-JRPG gimmick.
Yeah, I figured it did.
I super enjoyed 3 and 4, but they were long games, and I just at the time just wasn't feeling like finishing them. But 5 hooked me enough for most of the time.
Let me read this off for the listeners real quick, and then we're gonna move on. Dark Souls at number 10, Quantum Break number 9, Doom at 8, Gears of War at 7, Gears of War 4 at 7, Hitman at 6, Titanfall 2 at 5, Mafia 3 at the number 4 spot, Final Fantasy 15 is 3, Deus Ex, Mankind Divided at 2, and Uncharted 4 at number 1.
Look at all those sequels. So many non-original ideas in the industry. Who even wants to do this anymore?
Wasted resources.
What a waste. Yeah, what an absolute waste.
So